What's up?
Are you good?
I'm good. I'm great.
S.
M.
Soup. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SMSoup, the #1 podcast with soup in the name, but not on the brain. I am Spencer.
I'm Shelby. Oh, you think they heard that? I'm
I'm-
Shelby.
I don't know. Maybe not. And together we're here to take you on a journey through life's biggest questions. Like, waiter, how is the soup made? Please. We're tired of asking.
Week after week after week.
Just give us the recipe. It's not that hard.
Mm-hmm.
Shelby, how are you doing?
I'm pretty dang good. I'm trying to think if I have any fun updates. I've been growing lettuce like a crazy person. Which has been great. Have we eaten any of it yet? Nope. But we have, how many heads of lettuce would you say? I can tell you that. How many heads of lettuce would you say we currently have growing and are all but full grown at the same time?
Well, what, some of those are technically like 4,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Like we could have upwards of
I have like close to 15.
we might, yeah. There's a lot of lettuce happening.
Right? Because you have four plants at the thing, and if each one of those are 4,
yeah, anywhere from like 3 to 4. Yeah.
and then you have the one outside that's definitely
easily
2
3.
to 3.
Yeah. Lettuce is going crazy, people, which is great. Happy to have it.
Yeah, we can't wait to eat none of it.
No, we're gonna eat it.
I'm not.
Lettuce is blowing up, which is awesome. But yeah, we need to start eating it. But it feels so good to see it. Like I feel so much pride in seeing it.
You're like, wow, I grew that. Anyway.
Kinda.
I'm not going to eat it, though. A leafy green?
Nay. Goes and buys chocolate. How are you, Spencer? Any fun updates?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No fun updates.
Damn. All right.
Actually, I do have one fun update.
Okay.
I am the #1.
Oh my god.
St. Louis Cardinals fan.
Fact.
In MLB The Show.
Fact. 2025.
2025.
Fact.
Fact.
Dude, this was a feat.
It was.
I think it's pretty safe to say that in the you play MLB The Show every year.
Mm-hmm.
You're quite the numbers grinder. Like you enjoy.
I enjoy grinding content.
Yes, you enjoy grinding content.
And I enjoy. Mike and I were just talking about this on GGBG. There's such a difference when you have to have something that you're working towards.
Yes. Yeah.
There has to be some sort of unlockable. There has to be some sort of end goal. Normally when I fall out of MLB The Show, it's because that end goal becomes more and more vague.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Sure.
And we were talking about it from the standpoint of a new game that's going to be coming out. That's like a live service game. But the overall gameplay loop seems the same. So it's like, what are you going to get? Like, what is it that you're working
keep playing?
Towards?
Yeah.
Is there some sort of ranking system? Are you unlocking stuff as you rank up? There has to be that kind of stuff, or else
people will just stop.
Yeah, it's gonna get stale, you would think.
Sure.
And for some people it won't, but yeah, I like to have something to work towards. And they did a good job in this year's MLB The Show. They normally have these programs that are like tied to each team. Sometimes in previous years it was like by division, and so it was like a culmination of all the teams of that division. But this year it is broken out truly by each team has their own designated program that basically rewards you for using the players from that team. And literally just like accumulate so many hits, so many home runs, so many runs, so many strikeouts. There's other stuff that are like lesser, but the big ones are, I think, actually hits, extra base hits, and runs. It might be hits, home runs, and runs. And all of that's to say that if you get, if you get the total, each team's it's the numbers are actually tied to each team's clubhouse leader.
Oh, cool.
So like the number of hits that you need with Cardinals players, I think all the numbers match Stan Musial, I would imagine. For Yankees, home runs is going to be tied to Babe Ruth, but it's only his home runs that he hit as a Yankee.
Right.
So that's the number you need to hit with all Yankees players combined or all Cardinals players combined or whatever, right? And if you do those, specifically the clubhouse leader ones, you get so many points towards the program that you effectively complete the program. So far out because it's supposed to really be a year-long thing, and if you do that at the end of it, you get an icon for number one team fan.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're the first person to discover a player item, a collectible item, or anything, when you go to that in the inventory screen, it'll tell you who discovered it.
Mm-hmm.
I was the one who discovered the.
It was literally like you were like, oh, I'm feeling really good. I've done most of the grinding that I wanted to for this point, and you're like going down the inventory screen, and you're like, you go to the number one cardinal, and you go, I don't think anyone's discovered this yet.
Well, it wasn't there yet.
Well, right.
It wasn't even, you couldn't even see it in the screen.
Right.
The only way you could go see it is by going into the Cardinals program. So you knew it existed, obviously,
right.
But like nobody had earned it yet, so it hadn't populated into the inventory screen yet.
Right. But it was like you realized that. You're like, it's not there. So you're like, no one's earned it. And it was like a light bulb went off and you were like, I know what my mission is.
Yeah.
This is my life's mission. It was really funny. And you had it in a few days.
Yeah.
From then.
Yeah.
From then.
It was literally like probably 2 days of grinding.
Yeah.
Because the only other thing I was working towards is getting every single Cardinal leveled up.
Right.
To parallel 5, which is a grind in and of itself.
Right.
And it's very satisfying and it's fun. And it tells you like what number you were to get the player to parallel 5, which is awesome.
It definitely rewards people who like love to grind.
Yeah.
Like it literally.
Which is cool. Like you can see that's like.
You were the 13th person to do this.
Yeah, I think I was like mid 60s for the Jim Edmonds card. And, at the time, it's like, well, only like 70 people had done. Well, at the time of doing it, I was the like final person. And then, a week later, it'll be like I'm 65th out of 100.
Right.
But now you look at it and I'm like 65th out of like 542 or something like that.
Right.
It's kind of cool to see that. But yeah, that's my like main goal. And then I was done working on Cardinals players, and so it was like should be working towards other team stuff. But once I realized the opportunity, I couldn't pass it up.
It was so funny.
I pushed for it, and I got it.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
I did realize I do have an update. I checked off one of my goals this year. I went camping. I did it. I did it a singular time and I'm never doing it again. No, I'm joking. No, I went camping. Why are you making?
I guess I was done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you not? Were you not? It felt like you were done.
Okay.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. Was there something else? Was there?
No.
Well, now I don't want to continue.
Why?
Because you're just staring at me.
Well, because I'm listening.
No.
Okay. Now I'm listening. You did, yeah. You went camping.
I went camping.
It came together relatively quick too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you started planning it like maybe a month out. Like
maybe,
you
yeah.
had the general concept and plan in
well,
place.
It was very much if we don't do it this weekend that we chose, I don't know of one for like a few months that we're going to be able to do it.
Right.
So, there was some pressure in that aspect. But no, it
Well,
was
specifically, you don't know when you and your sister would have been able to do it.
right. I mean, even us though, it would have been for quite a few weeks, like a whole open weekend. Regardless, yeah, it came together pretty fast. It was a backpacking experience. It wasn't like just camping. It was a lot of fun. 10 out of 10. I do feel like my biggest fear going into it.
What?
I don't know why you're looking at me like that.
I'm
My
not-
biggest fear going into it was that, like, I was convinced. This is just my anxiety. I was convincing myself that I had no idea what I was doing, as if I've never camped before in my life, which is factually incorrect. But that's like the trick my brain loves to play on me, is that I've clearly have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna die out in the woods. But hey, guess what? Hey, look, Mom, I made it.
You somehow find a way to what's the word?
I have a very convincing mind,
No, you
or a weak mind.
you baby yourself. You
Belittle?
kind of.
I don't know.
I don't know I don't know the exact word I'm looking for. I know
Sure.
there is one,
Yeah.
but effectively you're like,
It's not even imposter syndrome. It's like the crazy level of that.
yeah, you put yourself down before you even have an opportunity to do the thing that you know how to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I think that's just called anxiety and self-doubt.
Yeah.
No, I do. I literally, an action I can have done hundreds of times. If someone asks me to do it, I'm like, I've never done that before. I've literally never done that before.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't. And then I melt into the floor because I feel terrible inside. Were you not done? Was there something else you wanted to say? The smirk you're giving me is so
No.
painful right now. I don't have anything else to say about camping.
Is there something else you want to say?
No.
Is there?
No.
Why are you doing this?
I'm not doing anything. You just keep looking at me. Like I did something.
So that's it. You went camping.
I went camping. It was a lot of fun. I
Cool.
want to do it again. Logistically, I don't know when that's going to happen.
You went backpacking camping.
Yeah,
I don't know if you said that.
I did.
Okay.
But it was definitely
To
very
be clear though, it wasn't
yeah.
There's
different.
They're very different for sure.
I've now felt the difference, and I'm like, wow, now I want to just go casual camping to offset the work that this was. But I'm already perusing for future camping opportunities, whether backpacking or just more casual car drive up to a spot situation. Yeah, I think it'd be so fun. It'd be so fun to take Milady, I think. I know it would probably be a pain in the ass, but I also think it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Take her somewhere, hopefully in the next few months.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to go again.
Yeah.
I just don't know when. But I do want to go again.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully.
We'll see. But yeah, check that off the list. Done.
Yeah.
Any other updates?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, today we were just going to talk about some recent stuff we've, I would say, played, watched, listened to, read. Am I missing a category? You know, general anything that we've experienced media-wise and want to talk about at all.
Okay.
I'd say. It doesn't just have to be TV. I know TV and movies will probably be what we predominantly focus on. But if there's something, fun that you want to talk about, I think anything that's the vibe I'm down with.
Okay.
Starting with, you pointed to, I have my letterbox stuff on my leg here.
Yeah, when the fuck did you watch Elektra?
So I watched Elektra a few weeks ago because I keep getting locked out of more and more streaming services, which is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let me just look through my DVDs really quick and see what I got.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd really gone through Lord of the Rings quite a lot recently with us having watched it for um movie club. So I was like, I shouldn't watch Lord of the Rings again. I could, but I shouldn't. So I'm going through my DVDs and I'm like, ooh, I have Mission Impossible. Ooh, I have all these good things. Then I see Elektra. And I go, ooh, I haven't watched this probably since high school. Why do I own this DVD? I don't know. I probably saw it in a $3 to $5 bin at Walmart and grabbed it, which I will say, I no longer see those bins and I miss them because that used to be how I got all of my DVDs, was in those bins.
Yeah,
Those bins
were
were the
great.
best. I love them. But yeah, they're like not a thing anymore, which is very upsetting. It's fine, whatever. I'll just go thrifting for my DVDs. But anyway, I watched Elektra. That movie is so bad. It's so I was actually laughing watching it.
Bad in what way? Like an early 2000s
Early
superhero
2000s
movie
superhero
bad?
movie bad. Yeah, like just they clearly were like the effects are very funny. It's in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I'm floating on rooftops kind of vibe.
Okay.
Like this is gonna be it looks very silly because like the like it just is like it's a little disjointed because it's not as smooth as we're used to. That doesn't necessarily make it bad, but visually you're kind of like laughing at
Yeah.
it because you're like, okay, this is a little insane. There's just a lot of like all these like crazy flips and turns and twists and like because it's very like ninja-esque action. It is fun to watch, but is it good? No,
Okay.
it's not.
I love critic Shelby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if
It's the true Shelby that you love.
no.
Oh, dude, I rated it better than Letterboxd rated it.
I just love because critic Shelby it like makes no sense
Sure.
in the same vein as just normal Shelby. Like just a just a absolute like wild card.
Sure.
Just nonsense.
Sure.
I love it. It's great.
I
It's
just
fantastic.
like how is she fighting?
It actually annoys me.
How is she fighting in a
Can
leather?
I be clear?
Yeah, you can be clear.
It annoys me.
No, I know. How is she?
It aggravates me. It irks me.
Sure.
Another thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
How is she fighting in a leather corset? It looks so uncomfortable. I know that's all.
That's
know.
That's the most insane thing to get hung up on.
It's not the only thing I'm hung up on. There was like basically no story. It was literally just
that's
like
fine.
Okay.
That's those are things to drill down on.
Sure.
The whole like
it just looks really uncomfortable.
How do women fight in that?
Yeah.
Like, why do you think she's fighting in that?
For money.
Sex sells.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
Where's this criticism in Black Widow?
Sure.
Is that a bad movie?
No, that's a good movie.
Is it?
I think so. It's much better than Elektra.
Sure.
You don't think Black Widow is a good movie?
I don't know if anything post
Wow.
Endgame and Infinity War is a very good movie anymore.
You heard it here first, folks. Really? You don't think any of them are good movies?
Correct.
Wow.
I don't know if any of them are good movies.
It's pretty hardcore.
I think they're fine. I think a lot of them are fine.
Sure.
I don't know if they're good.
Kind
Kind of what you said about Elektra.
I would not
Is it fun?
I would not put any of those movies in the
I
same.
know, but like, is it
level.
fun? Yeah.
Sure.
But is it good?
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I hear you.
Maybe not.
I hear you. But yeah, I snuck Elektra in there outside of watching Lord of the Rings.
It's crazy.
What's crazy?
That's crazy that you went ahead and just watched something without me.
You watch stuff without me all the time.
Like what?
Like YouTube.
Yeah. Some things you don't want to watch.
Is there anything you want to talk about that you've taken in media-wise?
Without you?
It doesn't
Or
matter.
the things that we have watched?
It doesn't matter.
Well,
Anything.
Well, I feel like it's easier to run through some of the stuff we have watched.
Okay.
You know,
Other
together.
things we've watched.
Outside of movie club specifically,
right,
obviously, because
right.
obviously you know already all the stuff that we've been watching there.
Mm-hmm.
But there are 2 movies that we watched recently. Kind of it. Like, what else have we watched?
Yeah, not much.
Movies wise,
Not much.
like we've been very like
It's been
committed to watching.
well, because anytime we do have, we go, oh shit, we should probably watch.
Yeah,
We should probably watch the next movie club movie.
which is both good and bad. It's
Yeah.
good because like at least we don't need to like sit and try and choose something. Like these 2 that we're about to talk about were good because they like. Well, I mean, you've wanted to watch The Wild Robot for no, you've wanted to watch both for.
I wanted to
forever.
go to the theaters to see Flow.
Yeah, you've wanted to see both for forever,
Yeah.
but
You're right. We literally almost never have the issue of like,
it
what
real-
should we watch tonight?
Yeah, yeah. So these were like easy decisions to
Yeah.
like, let's finally watch this.
Yeah.
You know, because otherwise, yeah, normally we're like, we should watch one of our movie club movies. But it is fun to have that because it's like, let's watch a movie. What movie should we watch? Let's just watch one of the 1975 movies.
Yeah.
Because it's like that way. We don't need to make a decision.
We don't need to make a decision. And to be totally honest, there's not a whole lot of nights that we're going, what should we watch?
Yeah.
Normally we're like, oh shit, we only have a few weeks left until we need to record. I guess we really need to start pushing this into our schedule.
Yeah.
That's really what happens. But yeah, we watched within days of each other, The Wild Robot and then Flow, which was
Let me just
the best animated won. It won best animated movie.
This is what I love. So Shelby's letterbox. I'm just gonna go through April.
Okay.
April 3rd, we watched Master and Commander: The
Yeah.
Far Side of the World.
Yeah. You
Shelby-
should really go a little lower.
Why?
Because I watched all the How to Train Your Dragons and Spirit. No, it's fine.
No,
They're all
this is
5
fine.
stars. Continue.
So Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World.
Yeah.
4 stars.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
5 stars.
Fact.
And a heart, meaning she liked it.
Yeah, it's a favorite.
The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers.
Yeah.
5 stars, also a heart.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. 5 stars, also a heart.
Yeah.
Elektra, 2 stars. The Wild Robot, 5 stars.
Yeah.
Flow, 4 stars and a heart.
I don't really pay attention to the heart thing very often.
Oh, really?
The stars are where it's at.
It's just very interesting. It's very interesting that you did, because I will agree that it does look like for the most part you don't use the heart function.
I really don't, I promise.
So why did you use it for Flow?
I don't know.
That's what I don't understand.
I don't
You
know.
are an enigma.
I don't know. I probably went, yeah, I did like this. Because it literally says, I liked this. And I probably read that and went, I did like this. But it didn't click for me when I did The Wild Robot.
Or any other fucking movie. Anyway.
How to Train Your Dragon has all hearts.
Yeah, because you probably, when you first were setting up your account, were like, oh, what are movies I've watched? How to
Yeah,
Train Your Dragon.
That's
Liked,
true.
5 stars. Liked, 5 stars.
Yeah, that's
liked,
definitely
5
why
stars.
Lord of the Rings is hearted.
Agreed. I can see the through line for those. I get it. I don't understand why Flow suddenly has a heart and it's ranked lower than The Wild Robot. Makes no fucking sense. Makes no goddamn sense.
Bruh.
You make no sense.
Bruh.
Are you an idiot?
Bruh.
Are you a doofus? We watched Wild Robot and we watched Flow. Both were really fucking good.
They were so good.
As you can tell, one was 5 stars and the other was 4.
And a
but
heart.
liked.
And a heart. Wild Robot.
Wild Robot was so good.
I had pretty high expectations for Wild Robot because I've heard only good things about the Wild Robot. It exceeded my expectations.
It's potentially one of like, I said it after it like was done. It might be one of my favorite movies I've watched in a while.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like for a first watch and everything. Like
Yes.
I enjoyed every top to bottom, every part of that movie was good to me.
Agreed. And I feel like the last time, and then we both were like, and it's probably one of the best animated movies we've seen in a really long time. Because I feel like the last time we really felt that strongly was literally like How to Train Your Dragon. That we were like, this is a really, really good animated movie that like arguably everyone should watch or like most people would enjoy.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Wild Robot.
Maybe not. Maybe not the third one, but I haven't watched the third one in a while.
That's fair. Definitely first and second. You're like, goddamn.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the second one might be better than the first one, which is hard to do normally.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do think I've watched the second one the most out of all of them.
Okay.
But just so you know. But yeah,
Okay.
no, The Wild Robot was so good.
Very
It's
good.
so endearing.
Yep.
The story is
cute.
beautiful. Yeah, it's very cute. Literally, I think any age of human can get something out of it. Like, it's one of those perfect movies that, like, if I was at a family, like, multi-age thing and someone was like, let's watch this, I'm like, literally everyone here can enjoy this, and that's so fun.
And it's like I don't know. To me, it's not as kiddie
No.
as you would expect like an animated movie to normally. Like,
right.
You can definitely tell that this is a movie that is geared towards children or like a younger age group.
Yeah.
Not to say all animation necessarily,
right?
But this one I feel like definitely
it's definitely
comes
marketed
across
to
that
families.
way.
Yeah.
But there's definitely like some pretty adult themes, I would say, and like just like
they didn't dumb anything down.
Yeah, like it's literally nature, and
right?
so like
yeah, it's
like,
very
stuff
much
gets attacked
nature.
and dies and stuff like that, and like it's kind of like
they're literally showing
jarring.
you the circle of life.
Yeah, but also I think that's like kind of the beauty of animation is that I think for whatever reason, like for kids, it's like a little bit easier to take that in and maybe like to like understand and like not be like frightened by it or necessarily stuff like that, and I think that's great.
But there's also really, really like nice themes of like parenting and your children growing up, and like I mean that's kind of like the bulk of the movie. Really, the bulk of the movie is like your child growing up and like leaving is like really the main theme of the movie. But yeah, it's so cute. It is so cute.
Yeah, it's really good.
Literally could not recommend it more. And then 2 days later we watched Flow, which it was pretty. We watched Wild Robot, and I was like, this didn't win Best Animated Movie of the Year. That's crazy. I was like, Flow better knock my socks off.
And then we watched Flow, and I went, oh, I get it.
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand why it won. It, definitely doesn't have the reach that The Wild Robot has. Like just in the style of movie it is. Like it's not going to appeal to the same amount of people.
Flow is definitely much more artsy.
Yes.
And so I think Flow is not for children.
I would lean towards no. Yeah.
Because
I think a child would have a kind of hard time watching it, honestly.
I think the like standard ADD, ADHD brain of children can't sit through that.
And it's kind of a long movie.
It is not. It is less than an hour and a half.
Oh.
It's a fairly quick movie, honestly.
You're right. It's only 85 minutes.
But that said, it doesn't feel short.
Right.
It doesn't overstay.
No.
By any means. But it doesn't feel like super quick. But it is very contained and like yeah, I mean there's like no dialogue.
There is no dialogue.
And yeah, I like
which I did not think we were getting ourselves into that. I did not which I didn't watch a trailer or anything, which would have probably told me that there's no dialogue. So it's just funny when we start a movie and normally we're doing something else while watching the movie, and it dawned on me very quickly. I was like, oh no, I'm just watching this movie, which is fine. But
honestly, it's easier.
Yeah.
I would take no dialogue over subtitles.
Sure. Yeah, 100%. I agree. A little less to focus on.
Because subtitles, I'm like, okay, I need to lock the fuck in. Like, here we go. We're watching a movie.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of like visual stuff to like see in Flow. But you don't have to read.
Right. Flow, I would say, has equally beautiful messaging and themes.
Yes.
Again, it's very like, you just have to sit and experience it, as annoying as that is. Like, I can't really say anything else about it. Like, you really do just have... I actually can imagine the theater experience of that movie being quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
Because you're forced to just sit there and, like, watch it and take it in. And it is, like, it literally is made to just, like... You're just sitting there and, like, watching. Like there again, you're not being like your attention's
When
not
there's no
being pulled in
dialogue,
a
like
million ways. Yeah.
and you're filling in the gaps
Yeah.
of it, you know,
Right.
like your at least for me, like when the capybara and, you know, the cat are interacting on the boat, it's like you're you should be thinking like, oh well, like the they're both obviously like, what the fuck are you, you know,
Right.
but clearly they also both have the instinct of like survival, you
Right.
know,
Right.
and like, you know, you start to think about what the different I don't know much about capybaras. I'm assuming they're vegetarians,
It kind of gave that vibe from the
or
movie.
herbivores, right?
Right. Right.
And so, you know, like you're not like sitting there watching it and going like, oh, like is the capybara going to like try to eat the fucking cat, or like does
Right.
the cat? But the cat doesn't know that, so the cat's obviously very timid around it
Yeah.
because like it doesn't know what the hell it is and if it's a danger or anything like that. And you like piece those things together and like are picking up on the actions and reactions of the animals as they interact with one another. And your brain's kind of going the entire time filling in
Sure.
like those types of things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at least for me, that's what's happening.
No,
You
me
know,
too.
so even though there's no dialogue or anything like that, like you're filling in the gaps of the story and like discovering as the characters and you know the animals are. And honestly, I prefer it. Like I really liked it.
Yeah, I
You know,
agree.
or
Yeah.
I don't necessarily prefer it, but like it's very refreshing.
Yes.
So I think that adds to it, and I think that's another reason why I put like another feather in its cap of like, yeah, like it's a really good movie.
It's
Think about like,
almost unfair to both of them that they were made the same year.
yeah,
Like they both were such great movies that it's really unfair that they, in terms of awards,
yeah,
that they were like competing against each other.
no, for sure.
Because they both did their thing really, really well,
Yeah,
in my
and the art
opinion.
style for both was really nice.
Yeah, I
And
really
looked
like the
really
art
good.
style for both.
Yeah, they were both really good. A lot of fun.
Definitely recommend. Just yeah, if you don't know anything about flow, be ready to like sit and pay attention because you kind of need that.
It's good.
It
Very
is good though. I would agree. Anything else? What have you been watching? What have you been listening to? What have you been doing? MLB The Show.
I've been playing a lot of MLB The Show. I'm the number one Cardinals fan
Really?
in the game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so basically what they have are these programs. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, you and I, like, yeah. The only thing that I've done without you in terms of media intake is MLB The Show. I really haven't been playing much else right now. You and I started playing Power World again last night, which was fun. Maybe we'll play some more later.
Oh yeah, I'm so down. I love Power World is the most like dangerous thing because literally we were sitting playing it and we started playing it at what like 7:30, and then next thing we know,
I kind of hope it was earlier than that.
I really don't know. I thought it couldn't have been much earlier than 7.
I kind of hope it wasn't only 3 hours because it felt like a long time, honestly.
The time genuinely flies.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden we look up and we're like, oh shit, it's 10:30.
It's 10 o'clock. We should, yeah. We started playing that, and then, you know, for the stream stuff, we've been playing the Zelda games. So I don't know how much we've talked about it on here, but we've played through 2 of them now completely. Played through A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. Both are like widely regarded as like Link's Awakening is a lot like beloved.
Yeah.
But Link's Awakening also really kicked our ass.
Yeah.
With some of the dungeons and like the manner in which you like went through them and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say both have been like enjoyable, like for the most part. The music absolutely rips for the Zelda games. And we've started Ocarina, and Ocarina, I would say, Ocarina's probably been my favorite
I
so
would
far.
agree. I was going to say that. Yeah.
The control scheme of the Nintendo 64 it's not polished yet, but it
No.
definitely has me excited to get to like hopefully Wind Waker on the GameCube will finally feel like good for our modern gaming prowess, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zelda was a good series to like start on because it's just like such a popular one, and it's kind of insane that I haven't played any of them. And I'm really happy we've started on it, and I'm really happy that it's like, for the most part, it's hit.
Yeah.
Like, like again, there were frustrations with the first two for sure, and some of that's just our own like just not being good
And
you know?
impatience.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
but yeah, like it hasn't been nowhere near enough to like deter us
No.
in general, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I've been enjoying playing those.
I will say playing Ocarina of Time has made me be like, okay, I because we played approximately like an hour of the one that's on the Switch, the first one that was on the Switch,
Breath of the Wild,
Breath
yeah.
of the Wild. That one was very daunting, and we were like,
It's
what the hell's
so
going
big.
on? And I think Ocarina, even though I know it's so much bigger than Ocarina, I'm like, oh, okay, I think I'm starting to understand.
Ocarina, yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm guessing
I'm
Breath of the Wild is
getting-
like probably 10 to 50 times the size
right,
of
like
Ocarina.
the size is still ridiculous.
But yeah, you start to kind of see like,
yeah,
and you get like now,
starting with Breath of the Wild was like so bad. Like we were like, what the fuck? What are we doing? This is
but
ridiculous.
at the
I
same
don't
time,
understand.
it probably was a good first Zelda game
Sure.
for somebody.
Sure.
But in that same vein, like it's a good first Zelda game, but just forget that any other Zelda games were ever made.
Right.
Don't go back, because
Right.
I don't know how you would go from Breath of the Wild
No, I
and
think
then
you'd
play
struggle.
like A Link to the Past,
Right.
and be like, yeah, these are the same series.
Yeah, that would be really painful. I think it's better that we're like gaining understanding of the general mechanisms of Legend of Zelda to then be able to implement. I know that's the point. To then be able to implement them into the new game. She gets it. She gets
That's what
it.
we're trying to do.
But I will say, I did love. For me, when I play an old game, I love the like simplicity.
The simplicity of the 2D
ones.
games
Yes.
is definitely better for you,
me.
100%.
But I am getting a hang of Ocarina.
You are, yeah.
But I
Again-
do love me my simple 2D game.
Well, and again, that's what I'm kind of getting at, where it's like, I wonder if Wind Waker will feel like good for both of us,
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah, maybe.
But also, yeah, I mean, you might just always prefer the 2D ones. There's
Just-
nothing wrong with that.
I'm a girl who can't control a camera and walking at the same time.
Right. So that's why I'm also excited for whenever we finally get around to playing like the Metroid Prime games.
Yeah.
Because those are like first person. I think they're first person, and like you're doing like camera
Yeah.
movement and like shooting and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Whereas like
Super Metroid.
Super Metroid was a 2D side scroller.
love that.
You know, and
Yeah.
well, 2D platformer, not
Yeah.
side scroller necessarily. And then the other old game that we've been playing, that you've been playing,
I know you haven't played. You've like
I've
barely played
touched
it.
has been Breath of Fire
Crazy.
2, and that's
Which-
also been a lot of fun.
The music in that rips.
Yeah, I mean, all of these old games
I
have
know.
such good like.
That also just
soundtracks.
remind me that a subscriber or follower on Twitch said we need to watch the Breath of Fire musical, and I forgot
Was
that
it Breath of Fire or Chrono Trigger?
we need to watch the Chrono Trigger musical.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just putting it out there so that we don't forget, but also in case that like catches anyone's ears. Apparently there's a Chrono Trigger musical. I
Mhm.
started the first like 8 minutes of it, just to like see what it was. And yeah, musical. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
We need to watch that. It is like 3 hours, I think, but we need to watch that
for sure.
so bad. That would be so fun. But yeah, Breath of Fire is a lot of fun. I finally feel like I'm getting the hang of what's that style of fighting called?
Turn-based.
Turn-based.
You're getting the hang of it, but at the same time, you still rush it, which is insane, because the beauty of turn-based is that like
You can take your
you
time.
get a pause, and you're like, okay, let's
know,
think through our
but
next turn. They might do this, so I should do this. Instead, you're just like attack, 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 attack. I just died, so I'm trying to get back to where I was. Attack, 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 attack.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm good at it.
But yeah, I've been enjoying playing those Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't really played anything
Power
outside
World's
of the
where
stuff
it's
that we've
at.
played.
Yeah.
And then in terms of watching stuff, I haven't really watched anything
Right.
outside of stuff that we've watched together. I mean, I've been like listening to like podcasts and like just like gameplay stuff
Sure.
on YouTube, but like nothing really to scream from the rooftops about.
I get that.
And I started season 2 of The Rehearsal,
Oh,
and it was
right.
so good that I was like, you have to watch this with me. I can't possibly watch a 30-minute episode and then have to recount 20 minutes of it to you.
Right.
Like, we're just going to watch it
Sure.
together unless you really can't do it.
Right.
And
Then you will recount 20 minutes to me.
and then first episode, you seemed okay. So
I'm down with it. I
Yeah.
like where it's going.
it's really interesting.
Yeah. I really, even though there are like certain things that we watch independently, like we both have like a lot of YouTube and podcasts and stuff like that we watch independently. It like blows my mind. I don't know if it's just because we're both people who can kind of like most things, because it's not like all of our watching interests are the same, but I do think we're both people who can like just enjoy.
I think there's just plenty of overlap in terms of the things that we
Yeah.
both like, that
Yeah.
it's like we always have stuff to watch together.
I know, but it's like we literally, like, our list of stuff to watch together is so obscenely long, and we
Yeah.
have like plenty of time, but not the most time to just be like watching stuff all the time. And so I feel like you and I are always a little like bewildered when we hear of other couples who are like, oh yeah, like my girlfriend watched that, but I haven't gotten to it yet. And it's like, and like they live together.
Yeah.
And we're like, you watched it alone and you didn't just watch it together.
Yeah, I hated hearing.
That's crazy.
We watched Severance.
We
I don't
did
think
watch
ever talked about
Severance.
that,
Yeah.
But yeah, my one coworker I was like, tell me you're watching Severance. This is like all anybody was talking about. I was
Right.
like, tell me you're watching Severance.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, my wife watches it. And I'm just like, what are you doing when your wife's watching it? Are you not like
in the house?
Are you not just dad mode, like walking through the room and then pausing to watch the entire episode from like behind the couch?
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Right. I know.
What could possibly be more important than sitting on the couch and watching Severance?
Yeah, I just don't get that. There's like very few things that I feel like I'm like, oh, I can watch this without Spencer. Like with a friend, I started a show called The Bold Type, and it's on Disney Plus. That's where we're watching it. But it's about, which this is very much up my alley. It's about 3 friends who all work for a fashion magazine in New York City, and it's just like their lives and like them figuring their shit out. And that's the shit that like I would have eaten up as like a teenager.
It looked
but it's
like a CW show.
It kind of gives
so
CW.
I was totally fine.
I figured. As soon as she said the like description, she'd already seen it, and so I'm now catching up on it with her. I was like, I don't even think I have to ask Spencer's permission. Nothing about this screams a show, Spencer. Not that you wouldn't watch it, but that you don't need to watch it.
Right.
I think there's also like
There's
6
plenty
seasons.
of other stuff that I'd be like, really, do we need to watch this over The Sopranos?
Right.
I'd walk in, if I would have walked back there and you would have been watching the newest season of like It's Always Sunny, which I don't know if a new season's out yet, but I think
it's
there's one
in
coming.
the works, yeah.
If you would have been watching like the new season of It's Always Sunny, I would have been like, what the fuck, divorce?
No, I know. No, like I knew
or
that.
like you started Abbott Elementary,
Yeah.
which like we still need to watch.
I mean, literally I'd
I'd scream.
They asked to watch Silo.
Yes.
And I was like, Spencer's gonna want to watch that. I was like,
What do
I'm
you
sorry
want
to be
about?
that person, but Spencer's gonna want to watch that. So yeah, I was like, we have to stay in a lane of certain types of shows that Spencer won't really care about.
Right. Like normally I can get away with watching, like I watch a lot of like comedy shows and stuff like that I know aren't necessary. Like I know you would watch them. Like The Righteous Gemstones is a good example. I haven't watched the new season of that yet. And like I know you would watch it and I know you would probably find it funny and enjoyable. But also like
it wouldn't be a go-to for me. Like it wouldn't be something that I'm like, I need to watch.
There's just so much other stuff that like we gotta watch.
I'm also someone who like, I know you're not really this. I enjoy just hearing about the story.
Yeah.
So like
Wait. How I'm fine with that.
Well, just like I feel like
I'd rather enjoy it.
well, but like there's plenty of things that I'm like I'm so happy if you just described to me what just happened.
Yeah.
Like I like hearing about what's going on in Righteous Gemstones because it sounds ridiculous, but I'm happy I didn't have to sit and watch it.
Right.
Like to me, it's a win-win. Like you get to talk about it. I'm like that's crazy. That's ridiculous. That's so funny. And then like you're getting to re-experience it slightly by retelling it, and I don't have to sit and watch it.
Yeah.
Like my sister filled me in on Riverdale or whatever. I was like, great. I didn't need to keep watching that show. This sounds ridiculous, but I'm happy I kind of know what's going on. Like that is like perfect for me. I love knowing kind of what happened and kind of getting the story, but not having like knowing I didn't need to like I wouldn't have enjoyed it to the fullest extent by watching it, but I'm like enjoy hearing what happened. I enjoy hearing the outcome.
Yeah.
So yeah, like plenty of those like comedy shows. I don't know.
Like Veep.
Yeah.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah. Like they are funny. Those aren't things that I like need to like sit through for a really long time. Yeah. So yeah, my area is CW shows and your area is comedy shows.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily like CW.
No, I know, but there's a vibe there.
But like I just don't know how to describe it. There's just that like specific like shot, angle.
It's like
dialogue.
It's almost
lighting,
like watching General Hospital.
No, it's
but
not.
It's not.
It's not soap opera level. It's just I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I can look at it and immediately tell.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I looked at the preview and I said, "Oh, something 17-year-old me would have like eaten up." So I was like, I enjoy it as background. Like
I don't know
that's
how
an
to
experience
describe it.
I know. I don't know how to
like
categorize.
there is a clear cut look that I'm just like, yep.
You're like, I'm good.
Yep.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Trying to think what else. Yeah, I don't know. I was listening to something recently. I don't know how much you have to talk about because I know we're getting a little long here.
Yeah.
But just while we were talking about shows, and you brought up Riverdale, which is specifically an instance where we had started a show and we stopped watching it.
And I've never been more relieved about a decision we made.
Yeah. But I was listening to a podcast and one of the people on it said about how he's very ride or die about a show. Like as soon as he starts it, it's kind of just like
to finish it.
Doesn't matter how many seasons they keep trotting out, like he's gonna keep watching it. And he
can never start The Walking Dead.
He brought up that the one show that he did fall out of and did not keep up with was The Walking Dead, which is one show that I was like pretty on top of, but eventually like it was just too much and I just didn't care. And but otherwise I am kind of like that too. I feel like we both are, where it's just kind of like, yeah, we'll ride it out. Like we'll ride out just about anything.
Sure.
We won't be happy about it all the time.
I think we have gotten a little pickier with like not having the time we used to have.
Like for example, what did we just say?
Rings of Power.
Riverdale. But then yeah, like Rings of Power is like a very recent where we started season 2 and I'd maybe be willing to try it again. I would retry. But I think we just weren't in the headspace to watch that show and it was just so fucking boring.
It was just
care. Yeah. They were talking and it was just like blah 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 blah.
I know. I wanted to like it so bad.
Blah.
I just
Gandalf
was like
fell in a well. Blah.
It's not good, which I could be wrong, obviously, but it's not good when you start a show and you go, I think I know exactly how they're going to end this so that they can pace it to get like 3 more seasons out of this. Like literally after episode 1, I was like, this is where we both were like, we know this is how it's probably going to end.
Yeah.
And like, that's not fun to like already be predicting that so little is going to happen because you know they're going to try and milk this for as long as possible.
Yeah.
And like, again, our prediction could have been wrong. I'm kind of doubting it wasn't that far off. I'm assuming it wasn't that far off. But prediction could have been wrong. But it did feel like they were really milking that. And I'm like, guys, I want to love this show. Like you have someone here who's like so ready to love anything that comes out around this universe. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I loved, another movie we watched was
War of Rohirrim.
The War of the Rohirrim.
Rohirrim.
I'm trying to start saying it correctly. I kept saying it wrong. That's my beat. I'm taking fault for that.
You can't do that to me.
I'm sorry. That was good. That was enjoyable. I liked that.
Yeah, it was good.
The single line from Christopher Lee was kind of funny. It was a little awkward.
Yeah.
to just be able to say they kept a clip of one of his recordings was kind of silly, in my opinion.
It was all right.
It was fine.
The movie. I'm saying it was all right.
It was enjoyable.
It was all right.
It was enjoyable.
But was it good?
Yes. Like, I would rather watch that over Rings of Power.
They could have just had the Eagles the entire time.
No.
The Eagles could have just flown in there and taken them to Mount Doom the entire time.
I enjoyed that movie. But yeah, Rings of Power, just maybe in the future. Maybe try again.
Yeah.
But not for now. I don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just scanning my books. I don't really have anything crazy. I'm getting back into fantasy, which is fun, and I've read quite a variety of those. But now I'm reading the new Hunger Games book, Sunrise on the Reaping. Very early into it, but I'm very excited. I'm rushing through it.
They cast Jesse Plemons.
Oh, really?
How could that be profitable for Frito-Lay?
As who? Doesn't matter, but interesting.
Pritchard something. I don't know. I can't remember what the name is. It's a very interesting name. He's not Haymitch.
Well, right.
Are they going to have Woody Harrelson be Haymitch?
If I'm not mistaken, because the book's been out for a while, I do believe there's like a current day Haymitch, or a like relative current day Haymitch part right at the end. So I wonder if they will have him
for that.
Yeah. I could. This is me not knowing anything.
Right, but it's a prequel, so like I would imagine they would have somebody else play.
They're
Haymitch.
definitely gonna have someone else play Haymitch.
And that person is Josh, the guy who plays PETA, Hutcherson, right? Isn't that his name?
Yeah, Josh Hutchinson, I think.
He's PETA, right?
He is PETA.
Well, now he's Haymitch.
That's
in Sunrise on the Reaping.
Crazy. I'm looking up.
Taylor Lautner is Haymitch.
I like how all these people are like, how old now?
True.
He would be a teenager when he's put in it.
Glenn Powell is
I was
Haymitch.
waiting for you to say that. Oh my God, come on.
But literally, I saw that Jesse Plemons got cast, and they were like, "Oh, Ballad of Songbirds or whatever."
Ballad of Songbirds,
which did not do very good,
and it was apparently not good in general.
They were like, "Oh, they clearly had no money for that movie, but they have money for this one if they got Jesse Plemons."
That's true. Yeah, I do think people are a lot more interested in this than that was. Jesse Plemons, Plutarch Heavensby.
Yes.
Oh,
told you it was a weird
I think
name.
that's Is that one of the announcers? I'm not sure. Haymitch Abernathy, currently, according to IMDb, is Joseph Zada.
Glenn Powell.
I don't know who that is. He's known for a movie that didn't come out yet, Sunrise on the Reaping, and We Were Liars and Total Control.
Never heard of him.
I've also never heard of him. But that looks to be like the age you'd want someone for that movie. Anyway, I'm excited to finish that. One, I need to finish it because the book was lent to me, so I don't want to be rude and have it forever. And two, all these people are posting these in-depth thoughts about it, and I can't watch anything until I finish the fucking book. So I'm trying to get that book done.
General perception is that it's good, though?
Yeah, I've heard really good things about it. Was
the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes a book?
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard
it was kind of mid, yeah.
Oh, mid.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah. But I think the movie was perceived even worse than the book was, from my understanding of a few people.
Yeah, but that always
read
happens with
and
you fucking
watched.
nerds.
Excuse me.
It didn't really follow the source material. I found it that it took me 14 hours to read the book, and the movie was only 2. So I don't think you were able to get all of the juxtaposition of the characters and their... Shut up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's right. Voldemort, he had Snape working for him, and Snape had to kill Dumbledore. I said it. Snape killed Dumbledore. Take that, nerds. And if you've read a book and you were a nerd, you already knew. So why are you upset? Snape killed Dumbledore. And guess what? Snape, actually a good guy.
Yeah.
But he killed Dumbledore.
Yeah.
So wait for that mindfuck in Deathly Hallows Part 2. Or whatever. But if you read the book, all one part. So riddle me that. Fuck J.K. Rowling. Anything else?
Nope. That's it. Thank you all for being here. If there's anything...
No, was there anything else you wanted to say about the book?
No, I was literally about to go anything else, and then you said it. No, I'm
I
no,
took a hard left turn there.
that's so okay. We can do another one of these in a few months. Might have more to say about books and
I'm sure we missed stuff too.
I'm
We didn't talk
confident we
about
missed.
shrinking.
Oh, I need Letterboxd to add shows because I can't keep track of what I've watched if it's not on a list. If there's anything you've been watching, reading, listening to, didn't even talk about music, which is fine, but any of that, let us know. Let us know what you've been enjoying lately. You can find both of our socials down in the description of every episode. And until next week, you can find SMSoup podcasts on like all streaming services, including YouTube. And until next week, stay brothy.